Hello, welcome to episode 406. I'm in version 1.21. We're making a shrink ray. It's a little bit silly, but it was a bit of fun. Here we have the mighty iron golem and my shrink stick. Oh, he's so cute when he's small. Hello. Anyway, that's what we're making. It doesn't have to make him small. I mean, you do whatever you like. You can make him big if you want to. Can I get in from here? Oh dear me. You're a that's quite intimidating. Okay, enough of that. Let's get on and build it now. Okay, first thing I want to be able to do is check if a player uses the carrot on the stick. So let's make a scoreboard to track that. Set up. Scoreboard, objectives, add. Used carrot on a stick, obvious type used, carrot on a stick. Are done. Now let's give the player the carrot on a stick. Give. Boink. Okay, let's give player carrot on a stick. I'll give it a name, why not? Item, let's give it a basic name. Item name equals apostrophe, speech marks. I'll call it shrink stick. And now the important stuff is the custom data equals, open and close, we'll call it shrink ray. Done, I'll have one of them. Shrink stick, yeah, I'm going to get myself a normal carrot on a stick as well, and just put that at the end for the moment. So we have, in the middle we have shrink stick, and at the end we have normal carrot on a stick. Okay, let's make a controller. I'm going to split the controller into two. I'm going to have one that's going to sort of do the slowcast, and one that checks if it's going to do the effect. You'll see more what I mean in a minute. First thing, we've got to summon a little slowcast at someone that has used the special carrot on a stick. So we'll execute as all players whose scores equals use their carrot on a stick. Yeah, I saw that. Equals 1 or higher. But we only want them to be able to use the special one. So let's check for the tag. If items entity at s weapon main hand is a carrot on a stick, and it has custom data, not custom data equals, custom data contains shrink ray. Then what we will do is we'll execute at that player, and we will anchored to their eyes. So normally that would be running at their feet. Now we're running at my eyes. I'm going to position. Left and right will stay the same. Up and down will stay the same. Forward and backwards. I'm going to go forwards just a little bit. So that's just in front of my face. I will run, summon an area effect cloud. I'm going to use an area effect cloud because we can give it a duration for how long it lives for, and it'll just get rid of itself, so that's handy. So that way we can effectively put a range how far this thing will go. At those coordinates, it'll need some tags. We want 2 tags. One is, well, it's going to be my slowcast, and it needs to be initialized, so I'm going to give it an init.me tag. And it needs a duration. How long will it live? We'll say 1 second. Okay. Done. So that is going to spawn an area effect cloud in front of me. Let's say when that happens, so chain always active, we'll make this conditional. When that happens, we'll play a sound as well. Execute at any player scores equals use their carrot on a stick equals 1 or higher. Run, play sound. I'll use my old bat takeoff entity bat dot takeoff. Play it, or I play it on the master channel. For all players at those coordinates, let's just do normal volume, normal pitch, minimum volume of 0. So now we've got a sound playing. when we right click. And it doesn't matter if I've used the stick now. We've done everything we need to do. So let's reset that score. Scoreboard, players, reset for all players whose scores equals used carrot on a stick equals 1 or higher. Reset there, used carrot on a stick. Done. I want my I want some particles at my little slowcast thing so we can see where we're firing it. In fact, what happens if we do one now? Well, actually, yeah, that should be right. Nothing happening at the moment. Okay. Well, I could be making them. Who knows? Let's do a particle command to see if we're actually making some of these things. Let's execute at any entity whose type equals area effect cloud, tag equals slowcast, run particle. I'll do some dust because we can change dust color. Color, open and close, scale 1. Okay, what color do we want? RGB. Let's just go 1, 1, 1. There you go. All the colors. I think this should make it sort of multicolored. I think. We'll find out in a minute. At those coordinates, quite small on the X, on the Y, and on the Z. Speed of 0, count of 1. Okay, well, there's one. Oh, it didn't last very long, but that's because we gave it the duration. So we've got the duration of 20 there. That's how long it was going to last. Boink. Right, now let's test with our normal carrot on the stick. Nothing happens at all. Cool, we know that works. Let's get rid of that. So we've summoned it. It's lasting for 20 ticks, and then it's disappearing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it so it's facing the same direction as me. So whichever way I'm looking, we will make the slowcast look. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to execute as any entity whose tag equals initme at itself, but rotated as the nearest player. So that's me. Run TP yourself to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tilts. So it's going to TP itself to its own direction, but rotated as me. Its own direction, its own location, sorry, but rotated as me. Done. Now we won't actually be able to see any difference there because you can't really tell which way it's facing. Okay. Now what do we want to do? Well, we've initialized it now, so let's remove that initialization tag. Tag any entity type equals area effect cloud, tag equals initme, remove initme. Done. And now let's move it. Execute at, I think I will have to do as any entity type equals area effect cloud, tag equals slowcast, at yourself, run TP yourself, and we're going to do nothing on the left, nothing on the up and down, but we'll go forward by 0.9. Done. Let's fire this thing. Off it goes. There you go. It still lasts for 20 ticks. That's a nice little range. Okay. If you gave it a really high duration, there's a chance it's going to fly off into unloaded chunks, and then you're going to have area effect clouds lying around all over the place. Right. Let's just for fun, what happens if we don't remove the initme tag? So it's going to constantly keep updating its rotation. It's going to, we can sort of control which direction it goes. So we could swing it up, way, we could swing it down, we could swing it right, and we could swing it left. That's pretty cool. So if you wanted that as an ability to sort of give it a bit of steering, don't remove its initme tag. I want it to go in a straight line, so I'm going to remove that tag. Done. There we go. So we've just got a straight line. Cool. So we've got our little slowcast flying out in front of us. Now let's do a little check if any entity gets near that slowcast. Now I think this would be probably nicer with a data pack because we could do a list of entities that it affects. But we're not using a data pack. We're seeing what we can get away with without one. So controller, let's say this is controlling the effect. Okay. So I'm going to execute at any entity whose type equals area effect cloud, whose tag equals slowcast. I will run. For testing purposes, I think let's just give an entity glowing. So run effect give any entity whose type is not a player and whose type is... See here, if we had a data pack, this is where we could say type equals and use our own list, which would be much nicer. But we don't have a data pack. Type equals not area effect cloud. Distance equals less than 1. Give it glowing for 1 second. Amplifier is 0. Hide particles true. Okay. Let's do a little test on this. Let's get an egg. Something survives at daytime. Husk. Okay, you've got glowing, but I seem to be a bit low. When I shoot down here, I'm getting it, and if I shoot up here, I'm not. So let's move where we're checking. Oh, you're off, are you? Okay. So instead of checking exactly at the area effect cloud, let's do, before this run, in here, let's do positioned, point, and we'll just go -1. Okay, and I'm going to try that. Can you not run so far away? Come back. So let's shoot down by his feet. That's a bit better. Okay, yeah, that's much better. We sort of have to hit him now. Kill. Okay, yeah, you stay there. You're fine. Now, we don't obviously want to give him glowing. We're going to tag him instead. So let's go to run. Get rid of that glowing bit. So we're executing at the area effect cloud whose tag is slowcast. We're positioning just a bit lower. That means we have to raise up our aiming a bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to run tag any entity whose type equals not player, whose type equals not area effect cloud, whose distance equals less than 1, and we are going to add the tag, let's say target. Done. Let's make this one conditional. If you have given the tag target to something, then we will execute at any entity whose tag equals target. So here again would be nice to be able to say type equals something on my list. So we're not checking every entity, but at least we're checking a tag. And then what we'll do is we'll run kill any entity type equals area effect cloud tag equals slowcast sort equals nearest limit equals 1. I think that's it. Yeah, let's try that. Done. So now what should be happening is our effect cloud should stop. Oh, it's not. There we go. It's not flying right through it. Oh, that one did. Oh, he's already got the tag. We haven't removed the tag from him. So what's happening at the moment is he's tagging him the first time, and every other time is trying to give him the tag and not working. That's all right, because later on we'll be removing that tag. We could do a little demonstration now. We could just say tag any entity, remove target. Okay, so what should happen now? Don't go too far away. It's just ridiculous. There we go. It's not flying through him. It's hitting him and stopping. Okay. You've pushed my patience. You've gone too far. We'll just summon a new one that's closer. Okay, so let's take this block because we'll need it again later. Remove target. In fact, we might as well in here say tag equals target. That will make a nice difference. Instead of having to check every entity in the world, we'll just check the ones that do have the target tag. Let's take that off. So we've got him tagged and we've destroyed our area effect cloud. Now, if you wanted your slowcast just to keep going through and tagging everything as it went, you could just remove that and not kill it. Anyway, let's do some stuff to that target. Let's attribute any entity whose tag equals target. Now we're going to have to limit this to 1. Limit equals 1. And I suppose we'll just pick an attribute. So let's do generic scale because we're making a shrink ray. Base set. Let's make him 0.5. There we go. So that's going to shrink him down to half his size. And now we might as well have some effects. So let's grab that beginning bit. Or just this. Actually, it's not that helpful. It's not that helpful. Execute. That's any entity whose tag equals target. Run, play sound. Let's just use amethyst block. Tinkle tinkle block dot amethyst block dot break on the master channel for all players at those coordinates. Full volume, normal pitch, minimum volume of 0. Let's get all the way for the run there. Copy. Let's execute at tag target. We'll do particle. Smoke will do smoke at those coordinates, but that's going to be at his feet. So let's lift it up a bit. Let's lift it up by 1 block. Small on the X, the Y, and the Z. Speed of 0, 100 particles. Done. And now let's get our remove target block. Okay, let's have a go. Let's see what we've got. Oh. Now, I don't think this is actually useful because the last thing you want to do is, this thing is still going to hit me just as hard as it did before. All I've done really is made it a smaller target. I've made it more dangerous. So I think probably what you'd want to do is if your friend is down here, like fighting some husks, you stand up here and make the husks harder for him to kill. I don't know. Or you could use it in like a science lab. You don't have to fire it from a carrot and a stick. Let me get rid of those husks. Shut up. They're so loud in my ear, they're making me shout. You could fire this thing out of a wall and shrink the player down. Maybe they have to climb inside, I don't know, someone's body and fight bacteria. That's a weird thing to do. I'm waffling. We're done. We have our shrink ray. Well, our shrink carrot on a stick at least anyway. Okie dokie. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.